Hello, hello, Saggy Joe. What the hell's happening in the NBA right now? You got Adrian Griffin getting fired, Len Big Baby Rivers coming back to the league. Terry Rozier is traded for Kyle Lowry. What the hell is going on, man? This is a crazy, crazy day in the NBA. I actually put out the video because I was like, okay, is there any other crazy news that I'm gonna find out before I uh, do sort of like a news recap for today. And I think that's it. According to NBA.com, the two biggest headlines are Bucks fire first year head coach Adrian Griffin, and Heat get Rozier in trade with the Hornets. The Adrian Griffin situation is pretty interesting. Basically, even when I watch games, the defense just wasn't really all there, and it didn't really seem like the games were as comfortable of a win as they should have been. So I think that's fair. I mean a 30-13 record, 3-0-13 loss record. It's not something to scoff at. I mean when you trade Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard, you're bound to get a drop in defensive efficiency, but and then you're hoping that the offensive production is there, which is sort of the way it was. But I don't know. I think a lot of Milwaukee fans may attest to this, saying how a lot of those wins kind of felt sus. So, they didn't feel like wins that were solid, even if it was a close game. That makes sense. You can have solid games where it feels sus, and solid games where you just like, yeah, we won this game. Hard fought. We executed better. And fortunately, Adrian Griffin was not that. He just wasn't that. Now, we're gonna go with Heat acquiring Rozier and trade with the Hornets. I believe it's Kyle Lowry and a 2027 first round pick from the Heat to the Hornets for Rozier, which is just an absolute steal. I would. I don't know. I just feel like it is a win-win for both teams. Rozier was playing very well. However, he was kind of lounging away with Charlotte. He didn't really. I mean, he kind of fit the timeline still, but I think they wanted to give more minutes and more touches to Brandon Miller, just see what he's capable of. I think it's a sign that the Hornets are tanking as well. I can't imagine them keeping Kyle Lowry. Actually, let me check this article here and to see if they even are keeping him. Right. Uh, They don't plan to buy out Lowry, but they might trade. It'd be really funny. I think the salaries can match if Lowry was traded for Bruce Brown. That'd be kind of hilarious. But then Bruce Brown, I don't think he's enjoying his time in Toronto right now. I think he wanted to be with a team that wins, wants to be with a contender. Even the way the Pacers played really suited his style. So there's something to keep that in mind. Hopefully, he stays professional until we're able to trade him. Not that the Raptors are able to trade him, but we'll see how that happens. Yeah. So Terry Rozier on the Heat, in theory, is an excellent fit. I believe he also does fit the culture as well, so that's good news. That's something that we're hoping to see from Rozier. I still remember he was cooking blood, so and hoping that player came out. I think he was in a good situation at Boston, but I think he had his chances with Charlotte, and he played pretty well. He's a pretty good player. He struggled a little bit to start his career in Charlotte, but right now he's a solid player, solid NBA player. Anyone would love to have him. And the Heat get some much needed athleticism, much needed quickness, and much needed scoring punch from the point guard position that they sorely need. Now it's not going to be something that's necessary since they have Hero, they have Butler, Jaime Jaquez is playing very well. You have Bama Debayo, but I think that it's a decent trade. You can never really have too much scoring, to be perfectly honest with you, especially when shots just aren't falling. And it looks to be a solid pickup for Miami. I think it's a win-win. Wow, I think it's a third win-win trade this year. The first one being the OG and the Barrett trade. Okay, so they're both the Raptors trades, but those were pretty win-win. Uh, the Blazers with Damian Lillard, I don't know if I would call that a win-win. They got a decent package out of that, but I don't know. I guess that count. That would still count, I think. Anyways, lots of win-win trades, which I think is always nice. Of course, you always want to see a team that fleeces someone, but you only have those. Even those incompetent teams are trying to hold off on getting fleeced. So some minor news just to wrap up this video. According to NBA.com, I believe Thompson is suspended 25 games for violating the anti-drug policy that they had, and then what is this? And then Halliburton is out 3 weeks, next 3 games for his due to his hamstring. I really want to see him and Pascal grow together, and I really want to see how they play together. So that's gonna be fun. And I think that's all the news that I got for today. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Later days.